Grüezi miteinander. My name is Kurt, and I'm part of the Peninsula Swiss Club. And today I'm gonna try to build my very own Alphorn out of PVC pipe I just picked up from the hardware store. Major thing to mention at the beginning is make sure you don't have to make sure that you have all these parts. You can do it however you want to make it. Just make sure you have a plan and that everything works together before you glue it. So let's get started. I have this pipe, which is going to start as a mouthpiece, and then we have a whole bunch of other pipes which elevate to bigger pipes, and every time we go to a bigger pipe we have a little threaded piece which makes us be able to take it apart. As you may see, there's a pipe for every size except for this one. We have the pipe right here, and it's a really long pipe which we're going to use after we cut all these pipes appropriately. We're going to cut this one to make sure to line up with our real Alphorn. So hopefully we get a good sound. Alright, now we're going to cut down all the smaller pipes just a little bit so it's not too long. First we're going to start off with the smallest pipe, and we're going to cut it down a foot. So measure that out. Take your marking tool and mark it. Now that we know where we're going to cut, we can put it in the vise. And we're going to cut with a hacksaw. Alright, so now we're going to file it down with a Dremel tool just a little bit to make it smooth. The rest you just rub off with your fingers. Now we're going to repeat the same process with this pipe. Okay, since this one's a little bit thicker, we're going to cut off a half a foot instead of a foot. Now we're going to sand it down again. And rub the excess stuff off. Just like so. And we got all our small pieces finished and cut. Alright, so now we're going to glue all the small pieces, not the big pieces yet because we still have to cut those, but all the small pieces together, except for the mouthpiece because different people may want a different mouthpiece. So we're going to do that right now. So I have this red hot glue and it's meant to glue the pipes together. So yeah, let's get started. Oh yeah, also make sure you have paper towels so you can wipe off the excess glue. So what you want to do is take your can, and there's a brush in the can, and then you just go around the pipe like so. You get your fitting, and you put it on, but you also kind of want to twist it. Then take a paper towel, just wipe around. Alright, so now that we have our little pieces that we just made, we're gonna put our little mouthpiece on it, and we're gonna screw the pieces together to make sure they work. And also, the reason why we decided to make it in a whole bunch of different screwable pieces is so it's mobile and so easy. Alright, so I couldn't find any white pipe PVC for the end, so I'm gonna use ABS for the end. So first we're gonna glue this part to our end part. Take our glue and just glue. I'm gonna take this part, shove it in as far as we can, give it a little tap with your mallet, and that looks good. Now we're gonna take this threaded fitting and our pipe, and we're gonna glue it together like that. Since it has threads on the inside, make sure that you're holding it this way all the time when there's glue in it, so you don't get any glue on your threads. Alright, so I just did a dry fit, so that fitting, and this pipe. And we're gonna measure and cut so that it all equals to 10 feet. Let's do that right now. Alright, we're gonna cut it at 3 feet, so in total it's gonna be 10 feet. So let's mark it with our saw right about here. Alright, so I just dry fitted it again after I cut it at 3 feet, and now we're gonna glue the rest. Notice how it's pretty stiff. Although PVC is really wobbly, we put all these joints in and they should help make it not as wobbly. Now we do a final test. That sounds pretty dang good.